promos on Cornette on Ring of Honor TV. How much of those were scripted, and how much of those were?
Well, none of it was scripted. It was just talk from the heart. He'll talk from the heart, and we'll go there. I loved all those promos. I loved going back. I really enjoyed going back and forth with him on the mic, and he would even give me some lines once in a while to use on him that were always very over. Like I said, I enjoyed working with him as a talent. I really did. It was just this creative process I didn't agree with so much, and it's very unfortunate things have gone to where they have now, honestly. I really feel that way.
Well, where do you think they go from the initial, maybe disagreements or whatever, or agreeing to disagree, to, the first, public disputes, to where it gets to now? How did we get that far?
I guess I said like he heard of me saying that I wasn't, that I didn't think he should be involved in a creative process of a wrestling company anymore, and that he was out of touch. And I guess I wasn't the first one to say it. I think Michael Elgin and Davey Richards also talked about that, and he just got really mad. And then he started talking shit about me, but he would call me an idiot and a dumbass. I never said any of those things about him. He brought up my son one time, saying, I don't want to talk about personal stuff, but Kevin already did. I never talked about anything personal about him, ever. I don't know why he flew off the handle like he did. I think that he's been told by so many people for so long that how great he is and how smart he is with wrestling, that hearing somebody say it, or a couple people say the opposite, just drove him off the deep end. And now he's just fucking won't shut up about it. But that's fine, because it was a great promotion for my Ring of Honor DVD when they finally re-released it.
I was going to ask you about that.
I mean, it was pulled because Jim was upset, and they didn't want to upset him. They liked Jim. They still like Jim. They wanted people to be on good terms.
How does Ring of Honor make a DVD with your comments on it, or whatever it is that Jim didn't like, and it gets through whatever process it goes through? And
it's just because Jim wasn't there when we did the DVD. Jim wasn't in company anymore. I don't think anybody expected Jim to get that upset, because Jim's the king of fucking shoot interviews.
So if he's not even in the company, how is he able to? It's
just a matter of respect. They didn't want Jim to be upset, and I even felt bad when they told me Jim heard about what you said and he's really hurt. I reached out to Jim. I emailed him. I said I'm sorry that you got hurt. I wasn't trying to hurt you. All I did was I was very honest about how things worked, and you can't deny that that's exactly how it worked when you were in charge. And I said the only thing that I can think of that would have upset you is that I said that I didn't think you should be involved in the creative process of a wrestling company anymore. But that's just how I feel. So I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings. That was not my intent. And I thought that if anybody understood, it would be you, considering how many shoot interviews you've done. And he never answered me. And then after I heard he was really mad, I emailed him and said, I offered him to do an interview, for Ring of Honor, me and him face to face, sit down and talk. He never answered me. And I haven't heard from him since. I even told one of my buddies who saw him at a show to say hi for me. And as soon as my name was brought up, Jim went fucking nuts. Fuck Kevin Steen. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck him. All right, man. If you want to be that angry because I said that I don't think you should be booking wrestling now, holy fuck, then be that angry. What can I say?
As all this is playing out and it's becoming clear that, at least that he doesn't like you, are there any other leaders in the locker room, or Kerry, anybody else getting involved, trying to smooth things out?
No, nobody's trying to smooth things over. I think now everybody's actually fucking Jim. Let's just let Jim be whatever. He's on, you know what I mean? He feels the way he feels and he won't stop. So whatever. There's no point in trying.
What were some good things that Jim Cornette did for Ring of Honor?
He's a great talent. His help with promos is invaluable. I loved working with him on promos. I loved doing promos with him. He's a great talent. And, sometimes if we're stuck with something, he's good at getting a way out, or, He just Ring of Honor, the Briscoes put up $2,000, and House of Truth puts up $2,000, and the winners of the match gets $4,000. That's so hokey. Or Davey comes out with the American flag, Kevin comes out with the Canadian flag, and we have border wars. I'm like, are you kidding, man? This isn't 1997 anymore. Ring of Honor used to be edgy and cool and different. And now it was just turning into every other TV show. We were losing our identity, and he didn't see it that way, obviously, but that's still what my issue was the whole time. And I don't know, I guess he felt it was disrespectful or something, that I wasn't just like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Like Mike Mondo. Mike Mondo was a great dude, but the reason Jim liked him so much is because fucking, if Jim had said, okay, so here, Mike, you get hit by a car. Okay, Jim, where's the car? You know what I mean? I question things. That makes me hard to work with. I wasn't getting paid enough to just be like, yes, yes, yes. You know what I mean?
Right.
I care, and I am passionate about what I do. So if I feel like I could maybe make it better by voicing my opinion, I will. I'm sorry that Jim construes that as being hard to work with, but I'm not the one who's gotten fired from every job I've ever had. So I don't know who's hard to work with.
Okay, I'm going to skip ahead in the timeline just so we can close out the
Yeah, sure.
The fateful night in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
where he quits. Were you there?
Yes.
Did you see
He didn't.
anything unusual?
I mean, no, just his high-strung self, just maybe a little more high-strung than usual, and then Steve Corino got hurt, and the office people had already left, because sometimes they would do that. When the show's almost over, they leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's really as outrageous as he made it out to be, but, you know, I'll say that for him. He was upset because he was trying to get Steve help.
Right.
So, you know, he was looking out for one of us, and I admire that. But it's in the way he does things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Screaming at the top of his lungs obscenities at everybody around him because things aren't going the way he wants is not a way to handle things as an adult. And this is, you know what I mean? Like, the EMTs were taking care of Steve, and they could hear him screaming and running around, and they were like, who is this fucking maniac? They were like, he's our boss. And they were like, oh my God, what's wrong with him? Because that's not something a normal person does. But Jim's not a normal person. None of us are. We're wrestlers. There's something off with us. You know what I mean? But, like, he just takes it to a new level. That's all. And, yeah, that was just very intense. And I think it was good for him to go away for a while. I don't know when he left, how definitive he was, his leaving what was going to be, but I think that it was good for his health to leave. Because I've never seen somebody get this red, like physically red, in my life. Like, I thought